Make this beat.
Is it love? Is it love right here? Ooh.
Wait, this is my regular face. Let me change that. Hold on. There we go.
Hello.
Y'all not about to see my regular face. Hi, Dior, honey.
Hello, Dior.
Hello, Dior, honey.
Jig, send us a request. Send us a request. What up, Sha? Tater Brett, how you doing? Jig, send us a request.
Tay. Hi, Shay.
Send us a request. Send us a request. So, Jigs, you got to push that little plus sign next to the comment box. While Jigs is getting together, hey, y'all, hey. Welcome to PJs and Pillow Talk. I'm your girl, Real My Kid. And my friend is Frozen over there, which is why we stopped filming in separate places. Ha ha ha. Media, where art thou? You're back. I'm just gonna keep smiling. I'm just gonna keep smiling through it all. I'm gonna smile. I click the accept button. There go Jigs. There go Media.
I heard you talking junk, Kenza.
You heard me, yeah. I said I'm just gonna keep
wasn't that
smiling.
close.
I'm gonna keep smiling through it all.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
Jigs.
Playing.
Why do you look so oiled up over there? Like, are you really ready for PJs and Pillow Talk or what? Cause like you're
Ready.
like you are
Ready.
you are oiled up. Like you are ready for the pillow and no talk. The PJ without the P. I don't know. You ready for a jammy jam. And Jigs is going to bed with his hat on. It's okay. Jigs is going to bed with his hat on.
No, I didn't get no haircut, so you gotta excuse me.
Okay, that's okay. That's all right. That's how y'all do in real life too. Like y'all will get into bed with your hat on. Like you meet that sis for the first time, you keeping the hat on. Let your hair not be right. You're keeping the hat on until she close her eyes. It's all good.
Do-rag or something.
Something is going on.
I can't. No, I'm talking about one. Oh, because you ain't online.
Y'all good?
I don't see you.
Kenza.
Yes,
Oh, I
boo?
see.
Is this my...
Oh, yes, it is. I see it.
Can you see my regular face?
I
No.
thought you meant like Kim.
Nope. I see the filter.
I see Kim.
You see the filter?
Mm-hmm.
That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. I see the filter. So listen, welcome to PJs and Pillow Talk. I'm your girl, Real My Kid, and
Miss Media.
listen, if you have never ever tuned into PJs and Pillow Talk, you are in for a treat. We talk about what you want to talk about. And we get to talk about it with some of your favorite people. You get to know these different rappers and other folks who come on the show. So tonight, poor Jigs does not know what he is in for, but buckle up, Buttercup, because this is a fun ride. Now, Miss Media, before we get going, should we let Jigs introduce himself to the people?
Yes, introduce yourself, King. Tell our followers who you are.
Okay, as you said before, I go by the name of John Jigs. Artist, entrepreneur, visionary, digital content creator, MC, father, husband, son. You know what I'm saying?
All
Pretty
that.
much. I'm originally from. I grew up in New York, born and raised in New York. Now in Atlanta for like the past 3 years.
A-Town. All right. So a little transplant. And Jigs came down and hung out with us. We met in Brooklyn, did an event up there, real politic, and now it's just a big monopoly kind of family. What to do. So tonight, we're going to jump right in. Now, media, we have something we want to talk about before we get into all of our foolishness. First things first, I'm gonna toss it to you, Bella.
Listen, I appreciate you tossing it to me. I definitely want to make sure that we cover this. We're not going to spend too much time on it, but that we talk about it and we're sensitive to the topic, especially because shout out to our videographer. We've got Britt Brett Productions over there shooting Real Ma Kid, and we've got JT Visuals over here shooting me tonight. And JT Visuals actually went to school, keep me honest, with Quilla. And when this story broke, it kind of hit hard. Not kind of. It hit hard for her, right? This wasn't just a story. This is a human being that she knew, she went to class with. She remembered very personal things about her because of how long they went to school together. So, I think jumping into the topic, how do you know if someone is really for you? Like, how do you know if someone's your friend? To be honest, when we go anywhere in Charlotte, I get in my car. We were just joking about this the other night, and I drive myself, right? I'll meet you there. And that's just here in Charlotte. How do you know that someone is trustworthy enough that you'll make it back home when you go on a vacation with them?
Yeah. Like condolences to the family. Cannot imagine the pain, the turmoil of sending your daughter, your niece, your cousin, your granddaughter off on a trip, expecting her to have the time of her life, and then her life has ended. Like, that's just crazy. And we were talking about like no new friends the other day, right? Do you allow other people to come into your life? Last week we talked about, at what age do you stop allowing new friends to come into your life? And it doesn't even seem like this was a matter of new friends. This seemed like these were established friends who you just couldn't trust. And how do we navigate that? I mean, Jigs, how does that hit you?
Well, I've seen it on my timeline. I don't know like all the details of the story, but I did see, from what I did see, it looked like a pretty crazy situation. So correct me if I'm wrong. She went on a vacation with these people that she didn't know that well. And then
they were her homies. Her best friend. Her best friend.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Best friend. And then she went out there, and then what happened? They just turned on her and jumped on her?
That's what, yeah. So it seems, I haven't been all knee deep in the stuff, but it seems they go on this trip. 2 of the people were gentlemen, from what I can understand with the names. 2 were gentlemen. One of the guys was her best friend. Okay, already situation. But they go out there and they beat the girl up. But they come home and they say she died from food poisoning. The best friend goes to the parents' house, delivers her clothing, like checks in every day from what I can hear. And then apparently folks were talking about this fight. Somebody got beat up because the word probably got back. They were recording it anyway. And nonetheless, they beat this girl up. And I still don't understand what happened after that. They beat her up and then what? They beat her up to death? They beat her up and they just beat her up to death? Like, I mean, I just can't even.
First of all, who goes on vacation to be fighting and beating people up? That's number one. Number two, okay, I understand if maybe they had to have if it was just one person beat her up or they all beat her up.
I saw one in the video.
Yeah, the video I seen was just one person putting their hands on her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, I mean, to me, I'm like, first of all, y'all are over. There's something wrong with all of y'all. If you're gonna sit there and let that go on for that long, like you've been out with your friends before. Somebody might get into a disagreement, whatever. And if y'all really homies, you know, especially with guys, you know, we might fight a little bit, whatever, but then we be shaking hands and smoking blunts after.
Yeah, or break that up.
So it's kind of hard for me to understand, like, to where you get to the point where you actually kill somebody, and then to go on vacation for something like that just doesn't make sense. Then they compound the horrible thing that they've done by trying to fake like something else happened.
And you got on the plane and came home. Like, I just don't even.
But my thing is, like, and this is the way I feel about just the world in general. Like, I don't know, maybe this is the way my mother raised me or whatever, but like, it's like people, nothing is sacred anymore. People just don't, they have no concept of any type of right from wrong.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, you know, and that, it's like people don't care, and then people are just sharing it over and over and over again online. And
Yep.
just imagine what that girl's mother is going through, what her family, her father, you know what I'm saying? How they probably feel having to see that over and over again.
My kids can't go anywhere. Let's just say that. There's no trips. Like, we're not going on trips. We're not going on trips with people we don't know. I don't care if you know them. We're not going on trips. If it's not me or your dad or your brother.
Yeah. It's just that, like, now it's just like nothing. It's like you can't even go on vacation with your friends. You gotta worry about them doing something. They're trying to cover it up, because if they really your friends, let's say a mistake did happen, right? If they really your friends, they're gonna carry it like how it happened.
That's right.
You know
That's
what I'm
right. This went too
They're not gonna try to
far.
cover it up and be like, you know.
Media.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think, and I get it, there's a difference between how women and how men handle things. And if men, to your point, were having a disagreement, you guys would let them handle that out like men. If me and my kid and Tati were somewhere, and Tati and my kid even looked like they were about to start throwing hands, I'm stepping in the middle of that, because I love both of them. I wouldn't want to see either of them hurt the other.
Yep.
So,
And Tati probably gonna beat me up. So it would be bad. Just step in.
I don't want it with Tati.
Step in. Tati from somewhere in New York somewhere where they fought people. I didn't fight. I didn't have to do that. I just talked a lot of shit.
With Tati.
No, I didn't.
She got that. I had to shoot her in her foot. Okay, big fat.
I didn't fight. So, I mean, I'm just saying, we're just not even going to do that, because I think she's taller than me, too. Like, she might wrap me up, like, put her arm around me and wrap my ass up. Like, I'm not even here for it, okay? Right now, I quit. If I ever start fighting you, Tati, I was just joking, okay? Now, media is short. Media is short, so I could probably, like, take my long leg and wrap it around her and just, like, I can't fight, so I'm not going to hit you. I'm just going to take my leg and put a snake leg around, just some spider leg, and try to trip you. I don't know. I don't have anything. I'm just gonna shoot you. Don't play with me. I'm just gonna pull it out. Not my friends. Not my friends. Let me be clear. Not my friends. I'm not gonna shoot my friend. I'm just talking about the people who might try me, because I can't fight. Her arms long as shit.
Before we jump off the topic, guys, I want to make sure that we are as honest as we can be to the information that we have as of right now. So I think it was alcohol poisoning.
Oh, did I say food? My bad.
That's what they're saying, and the autopsy report is showing something different, so we're still waiting on that in its entirety.
The autopsy, they told the mom it was alcohol.
Oh, the friends told the mom it was alcohol
poisoning, but the mom
found out through the autopsy report.
Her neck was broken.
Her neck was broken, and her spine.
And her back, it was broken. So
Was
she
broken.
had knocks on her head.
Knots on her head, lumps on her head, black eyes,
There was no alcohol in her system at all.
and there was no alcohol in her system.
And then how did the video get out?
That's what we got you.
Well, because those fools probably sent it to somebody. The fools probably sent the video to somebody, is what I imagine. They probably sent it to someone, because that's how we do. Because we can't.
It has to be more to that video. Because that's just crazy.
Yeah,
That's my phone.
They were on
Again,
FaceTime.
condolences to the family. I don't want to harp on it too long, especially since we're still gathering the information, and we'll just continue to keep that family in our prayers. But I would just say to everyone, watch the company that you keep.
Yeah.
Watch the company. I spent all year questioning the company I was keeping. Watch the company y'all keep.
Yeah.
Let's get into some questions, my kid. What you got for us?
Oh boy. So again, buckle up, Buttercup. So let's just start with do men's voices mean anything anymore? Let me let me get into that, because Jigs is like, excuse me. You know, does a man's voice have power? Back in the day, if Big Daddy said to grandma whatever, right? He could say boo. He could say boo. She gonna say ah. Like whatever Big Daddy said, it meant something. Baby, we going. Baby, mama, we not doing X. We're not buying X. We're going to go buy this washing machine today. It's gonna be this white GE. You know, whatever that message was, what Big Daddy said went, right?
Mhm.
Nowadays, does your voice have power? Now, you have some perspective. I won't talk about your personal life, but you have some perspective that you could probably share in this. But do we revere the man? Do we listen to what y'all have to say? Can he tell you not to go somewhere media? If your friend, if you in a relationship and your boo says, oh no, you're not about to go to paparazzi tonight, what's gonna happen?
Infrared, my deepest apologies, but since you got me in rotation to come every Wednesday, I will promote being there next week. I gotta stay home.
If Big Daddy say you staying home, sis is in the house.
Yeah. As far as as far as my situation, like, that's not really my personality. Like, oh, we just, you know what I'm saying? I think sometimes niggas should be quiet and let, you know, your woman be knowing, you know what I'm saying? She be knowing. But that's not always. I think there's certain, like, obviously, in my household, there's certain times when it's like, okay, dad said this, and that's it.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? But it just depends on the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It really just depends. I don't think that there's one blanket rule for every household where whatever dad says, because sometimes dad be dead wrong.
Sometimes daddy is drunk.
Be dead wrong.
Sometimes daddy drunk
You know
and he don't know what's going on.
That's how we operate here. It's like we kind of categorize things like, oh yeah, you take this one.
That's what's
You deal
up.
with it. Or I'll deal with this one. I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That type of thing. And just being, I've been married for 8 years now, right? So
Yes.
I kind of understand when it's time for me to step in, when it's time for me to fall back.
Yeah.
Young females, like teenage females, their relationships with their mothers are like very weird. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Yep.
So sometimes when I hear, and it probably continues like that as you become adults too. But sometimes I hear stuff and I feel like, oh, my mom would slap the shit out of me for that.
Right.
Yeah.
But the relationship with mother and son is different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
different. It's totally different. You know, young men, we worship our mothers. Daughters, not so much with mom. It's not a worship thing. It's just...
They challenge us.
It's a weird relationship.
They challenge it. It's a challenge.
As an example, like, you know, a lot of times, my wife kind of just uses me as like the last resort. You know what I'm saying? When the girls or the little guy, he won't stop running his mouth.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, now I gotta go get the big guy. You know
But
what
that
I'm saying?
speaks to your voice having power. That speaks to the power in the
But
man's voice.
I think if you overuse it, it loses power. I think that it needs to be like, I feel like when these kids are in trouble, it's like they hear music and everything, because they know I'm not gonna bother you unless you really, really messed up. I'm gonna let your mother handle it. You know what I'm saying?
See how they do us, media?
They know when they see me, it's like, oh.
See how they do us? They gonna let us handle it for all this time. And then y'all gonna come in and throw the deep voice on, go sit down somewhere. And then
It's over. You know what I'm saying?
we've been running around after these kids for 2 hours.
Yeah, prime example. You know, my 5-year-old. You know, he goes to private schools. So, you know, they're a lot more strict. And he came in like the last 2 days. 2 days he's been getting in a little bit of trouble. And like he's talking to his mom and he's saying what he's saying to her. But then I got done working and I had to go in there and talk to him about it. And the conversation went totally different. You know what I'm saying? It's like he knows what he can get away with her, and he knows what he can get away with me.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Okay, so the voice has power.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly,
if you don't overuse it.
if you don't overuse it,
No,
and if you don't misuse
it's
it.
like, you know what I'm saying? You just become a nuisance. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. If you don't misuse it, because if please.
You made a great point. I love that. If you don't overuse it, right?
Yeah.
You said something earlier about, first of all, shout out to your 8-year marriage. In this day and age, I mean, I heard 80 years. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
I hear you.
You said something earlier about sometimes the woman is right and sometimes the man is right. And so sometimes you have to let everyone play their position.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
And I have been that person in the past. I've also been the person in the past who chose men that I couldn't trust to make decisions for me.
Yeah, that too.
Where I'm at in my life right now, I somewhat will make all the choices. Make all of the choices. I've made enough choices. I got to make choices from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. for myself and all of the artists that I manage. I don't want to choose a damn thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think it just depends on where you're at. And I just want to say again, kudos to what you're saying because I feel that. And I feel that because I'm listening. Just so that you know, there is a group of women, my kid and myself are at the top of that group of women who have this high level of value right now in a way that I don't think we ever have of what men have to say. And I don't care where I'm at. If I'm at the gas station and a man is talking behind me in the line, I'm trying to see if I can learn anything from him. If I'm at the bank, can I learn anything from, like, I just want to learn from these gentlemen, and I am spongy and I'm listening. So if I do get a text that tonight is not a night where I can go to paparazzi, then
You inside.
I'm inside.
So how much submitting is too much? Are we losing ourselves in this submission?
I like that question. I like that question.
Are you asking her or you asking me?
That's for everyone.
Well, I don't think. I mean, most men want a woman that needs to be submissive, but I don't want. But it's just like you. You don't want a nigga that's just gonna do whatever you say all the time. Like I want a woman that knows when to be submissive. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're going through something, like if we're going through something as far as like, let's say, oh, we behind on some bills or something. Don't start acting soft now. Like we gotta figure this out. You know what I'm saying?
It's on you, baby. Whatever you say, baby, it's on you.
For you to point it out now. Like you can, like. So it's like about knowing when the time is to be that way. You know what I'm saying? When these kids go to sleep and we go up to the bedroom, be submissive.
Yeah.
Or if I'm sitting around watching football on Saturday, be submissive. So I ain't got to get up from this couch. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's right.
So, you know what though? I have to find the middle ground because I've been such a masculine woman for so long. Mm-hmm. I'm very new to submission and I'm new to femininity. So I think I'm okay to get a little lost in the sauce of submission for a while I find my footing in it.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of head in it. I'm balls deep in it. Yeah.
I think that's good though. So you gotta OD a little bit. I think that's fair to OD a little bit because you're trying to balance some things out. I think that's super fair. What I love even more is that we are cognizant of the masculine energy that we have because of the roles that we play, because of the work that we have to do. You know me, I had to fire hundreds of people, just hundreds all the time, just hundreds. Like I fired people by the boatload. It was like the Amistad. Like everybody on the Amistad got fired. The whole boat got fired. Everybody got off and got fired. Like it was horrible. So and it was a boat over there at Aeon. It was the Amistad boat. I had to become very, very callous because my feelings had to be buried or I would have been sick and crying every day about the people who got terminated and their families and all this good stuff. You know, I had to be very, very callous. And so that took over for a long time and it was hard for me to submit. I've said this before. I remember my ex-husband asking me not to come in the house talking on the phone.
Yeah.
And I was like, how dare you tell me what to do?
Yeah.
Well, he just wanted my attention. He wanted me to turn my attention to he and the kids.
Maybe he communicated that to you wrong too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's
sometimes it's not what you're saying, it's how you say it. So instead of saying, don't come in this house on the phone no more, it could have been like, babe, I really like to greet you when you come through the door, and I want to make sure you had a good day, and yada yada yada, all that BS.
That's it. That's it. We need some of that guile. We need some of that BS.
But it's necessary.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I want to know if you had a good day, and yada yada yada. And you might have took it different. Like, you know what? Let me get off the phone before I get out the car. You know?
Period. Point blank. It was a power struggle. So it is about how you deliver that message, and we can receive it differently. I think that's very fair. I just want to take a second and say what up to Pretty on Purpose. Our favorite lawyer bae is in this mug. I also saw Mr. Incognito, the Power 98, right? The Power 98. I mean, there's a lot of other folks over there. I'm just saying, I'm just giving you your flowers.
What's up, Incog?
How y'all doing?
What's up, Pretty on Purpose? You be so pretty on purpose, girl. You been lighting up my timeline with your fine self.
Isn't she the prettiest attorney?
Yeah.
She is just, Jigs, if you know anyone, you probably saw me post this the other day. We see you, Prag, our producer in this mug
Prag's in my
too.
living room, y'all. He won't come into my bedroom. I guess he heard me say something about having a gentleman. He's being respectful, y'all.
Very nice.
He's our producer of our podcast, but
He's sitting out there crisscross applesauce on the floor.
Huh?
Is he out there crisscross applesauce on the floor in front of the room?
He's sitting in there like a child waiting on their mama to get out the dressing room.
I'm not messing with you. I'm not messing with you. Okay, listen. Is sex a weapon?
Is it a weapon?
Is sex a weapon?
Yeah, definitely.
Have you weaponized sex before? Jigs, have you weaponized sex before?
Can you give me an example of weaponizing sex?
Holding out. You ain't about to get this. You know, okay.
My arm just wants to stop sweating.
Holding out. It can be, right, Pretty?
I don't. Nah, that's not something you're gonna see a lot of men do.
Girl, you ain't about to get this deep. Okay, y'all not saying that?
I think it can happen.
Y'all not saying
that? Yeah, I think it can happen, but yeah, that's not something. I would probably just dub the whole situation if I felt like I did. Like I wouldn't keep a woman in my life that I don't want to have sex with. You know
Okay.
What you said, you would not keep a woman in your life that you don't.
Like I wouldn't keep a woman. If I was with a woman and I wasn't sexually attracted to her, like what would I like? And you know, as a man, if your woman wants to have sex with you, 9 times out of 10, unless you had a rough day or something like that, I don't know. Just unless somebody passed away, just you were out of it mentally or something. You know, you're worried about something. Most of the time, you're gonna want to do it.
Yeah, I mean.
So I can't say I've ever withheld sex. I might have just stopped having sex with somebody altogether because I was just done. You know what I'm saying?
That might be a little bit of a weapon too, though.
So like in my case, like weaponizing sex is like if you're not with a female no more and she still wants you back and she offers you some sex because you know you're a guy and we stupid and we're gonna do it, then she could, then she got the right to act up if she see you with somebody else because you. Yeah. You did it even though in your mind you like, yo, we not together. This just sex. To her, it's like, nah, nigga, we go together again. You know what I'm saying?
You lay with me, you stay with me.
If we having sex, we go together. I am 37 years old. If you are, let me be clear. If you having any type of sex with me, we go together. I don't know what. We very much go together.
I hear you. I mean, that's
period.
And I understand that that's the way most females think. You know what I'm saying?
Media, have you weaponized sex?
I have never weaponized sex. I actually realized it was time for my relationship to end when I was no longer sexually attracted to him. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't that I wasn't. The sexual attraction was dwindling, but again, because I had just had my baby. And the minute that I had my baby, it was like everything inside my body just matured. I wanted and needed different things.
That's good.
And so, in all fairness to him, it had a lot to do with, just me maturing as a woman individually. But I stopped wanting his penis. And so that was an indicator for me, amongst other things, it was potentially time. So we had conversation. I wasn't using sex to mentally control. That's not my bailiwick. No.
We're not the norm.
I've had a man do it to me before.
Yeah, that's not the norm. I feel like a lot of women hold out. Now, I can't say. I have been in a situation where I've held out before, for sure. My first marriage, yes, I have held out before, a long time ago. But that was one thing that I prided myself on. I wasn't telling my husband no, because one thing you're not gonna do is go get some more booty because I told you no. Now, if you decide to go step out, it's because you just decided to be a jerk. But it's definitely not going to be because I didn't do my end of the bargain as your wife. So,
well, I'm glad that y'all understand that not all women understand that like especially once you have that lifelong commitment, it's not like it's not. Now, don't get me wrong, fellas. We gotta have some finesse too. You gotta have some finesse. You gotta still have game. You gotta still work on yourself. Try to be fly as much as possible, even though being a dad is corny. You gotta be. You know what I'm saying? No, it is though. Especially like the type of dad that I am is corny, but I still,
But you love it. But you love it.
But I try. Yeah. But I still make it a point to look good for my woman. I still work on my body. I still take care of my skin. I still, you know what I'm saying? Still make sure I'm clean and things like that. I think that's important. I think, but there's also a responsibility that comes with when you get married and stuff like that. So it's not like I don't feel like every single time your husband says he wants to have sex that you have to do it. You have to, but you also have to be realistic. Don't send that man outside.
What is
Don't send that man outside backed up. It's just not a good idea. You have to be.
That's not a good idea.
If he's unrealistic, that's one thing. But I don't even think.
You have to be realistic.
I don't even think y'all can be unrealistic. If you are the husband and you're requesting breakfast, lunch, and dinner intercourse, I knew who you were before we got married.
Mm-hmm.
We were probably screwing like rabbits before. That's how I probably got you. And then we flipped the script when things get home.
No, and the thing is, I don't know how long you were married, but it goes through phases. Like people change, you know what I'm saying? So, and I understand that. So it's like, I'm not saying, fellas, if your woman tells you no 3 times in a row, it's not time to get a divorce. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying your approach. You have to change your approach. There's a reason why she's doing that. There's something that maybe else that you're not doing, or that she would like for you to do, or she would like for you not to do. You know what I'm saying?
You might need to get some lubing.
On average, though, there's a reason on average. I'm not going to sit here and act like we as women don't be using booty as a whole entire weapon. That's why we're having this conversation, right?
Yeah.
Like, we do it, and so what we're essentially saying is stop. We're challenging, stop.
And what I would say is, men don't, as far as I know, I mean, I can't really think of too many examples of like men weaponizing sex, but we use money as a weapon. We use the security as a weapon. We use the status as a weapon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what men use. To, it's leverage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It really is leverage. You know what I'm saying? If you've been married for 20 years and she's never had to work a day in her life, she don't know nothing, she ain't never went to school, she ain't never been in the workforce ever, and you talking about you not happy and you want the marriage to be over, she's about to have a heart attack. Yeah. She's gonna do whatever you say.
Yep. You're right.
At least try.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Ladies, stop holding out.
Situation comes along or whatever, so to me that's weapon. You're weaponizing. You know what I'm saying? You're weaponizing what you have or what you can do or cannot do. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of how it's always been. I think women weaponize sex and men weaponize their status or whatever the case is.
Yep. I think that's good.
I agree with that.
Yeah, we do. I mean, I think we hold out. When I was younger, I probably weaponized a little bit. When I wasn't married, I probably weaponized a little bit more back then, for sure. We won't go too far back, but I was married for a long time, Jigs. If we add them all up together, it was a really long time. We won't do that. But
there's way too many vaginas for y'all to be weaponizing just your one. I don't think it's intelligent. It's not the best move.
My friend said, okay, so let's go. We're just gonna keep going a little bit deeper. There's too many vaginas out there for you to be acting like that, ladies.
Wait.
There's too many. All right, so media, since we're talking about the number of vaginas out there, we're just gonna turn it up a little bit. Do you prefer?
Uh-oh.
Do you
Is
prefer?
he still on this live? Did he log off this live yet before you ask this question?
Do you prefer pleasing yourself or your
Well-
mate? Or what's your thing? Do you prefer pleasing yourself?
I
Please
please
myself
myself
over what?
as okay. I like to do it, but if I had a choice over me or him, fuck me. I want him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah.
For sure. I don't know if there's any man who prefers pleasing themselves, but I guess.
Yo, let me tell you what pleasing yourself is. That's fast food. That's like, yo, I'm about to go to Hardee's and I'm about to get this value meal and I'm gonna knock it down and that's it. I ain't got a lot of time. I gotta get this over. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then, being with your partner is like, going out to a nice restaurant, putting some nice clothes on, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To me, doing it yourself is like the convenience. Like, I have control. This could happen right now. As soon as I want it to happen, I know exactly how to make it happen. Let's go.
Now, what about the perspective that it's safer? Because some of y'all men are out here pretending like you in relationships.
Uh-oh.
Whole time, you're bringing back some pH imbalance. Whole time you bringing back pH imbalance. So,
Whole time.
for some people, they might choose self-pleasure just because it's safer.
Well, look, I got a teenage son. What you think I tell him?
That's what my dad used to tell my brother. I'm not gonna lie. My dad used to tell my brother
I
to
got a
go
teenage
back
son,
to
and-
the ocean.
Yeah, he's 14 now. You know what I'm saying? So he's 14 now, and we had that conversation when he was about 12.
I know that's right.
Figured himself out or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Listen, son, it's
And-
safer.
Yeah, and he felt like kind of embarrassed about it.
Aww.
Right? But I told him, I said, listen, that's the safe. I said, yo, you see this right here? I said, this is the safest thing going. I said, this involves no child support.
Come on.
SPDs, no nothing. I said, she'll never steal you wrong.
Come on. I would tell my son, I used to tell my son, I mean, your dick's gonna fall off. That's what I told him. I just told him your dick's gonna fall off. Like, keep it to yourself. Girls are nasty. They're gonna tell you if the girl tells you, this is what I used to tell kid. If the girl tells you, I never do this, get up.
She's done it.
Get up. if she tells you, oh my God, I never do this. Oh my God, this is the first time. Get up. Get up.
Yeah.
That heifer been busting it open.
My son is lucky because he has a father who has lived, like really lived. You know what I'm saying?
Get up.
Been everywhere, done a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I have so much. I'm happy. I got so much knowledge to,
Pass down.
But there's no question he can ask me that I'm not going to be able to, deal with.
Son, tell her BRB. You know what? Is that my mom calling? Is my refrigerator calling me? I don't know. Say anything, but tell her you BRB, because gentlemen, this goes for you too, guys who are on here now, okay? If she says, I've never done this, okay? I usually don't do this. She's lying. She busted open. Okay? I'm just telling you. She's lying. Okay? She's big lying. I need to see behind you, sis. She's big lying. Okay? Who needs funds? What?
Nick, nobody on this live. We good. What's the next question?
What happened? I'm gonna tell you. So how? Okay, we're gonna keep going. How many times a day is the right amount? Like, if you just had unlimited time, the knowledge, I'm serious.
Unlimited time and no responsibility.
I mean, if time weren't an issue.
Okay.
Okay,
Time weren't an issue.
I just won't say unlimited, but if time weren't an issue, how many times a day do you really desire that good?
I only need the penis once a day, but I could avail my throat as many times as necessary. You're not gonna have a better answer than that. You ain't got one. You ain't got one.
My breath was taken away. My breath was taken away. Camera crew is all on the floor. Okay. Pretty said 2 to 3 times a day. The attorney says 2 to 3 times a day.
Yeah, I mean, I say like in the morning and at night, and then I could just grind all day. You
can handle the middle of the day.
Grind all day. You know, with men, when we go through scientifically, when we out grinding and we go through high pressure situations throughout the day, sitting in traffic, if you were in the street beefing, hustling, taking risks, whatever you're doing, that it actually makes you generate more sperm.
Really?
I don't know if y'all know that. So like high pressure, like men.
Look at knowledge talking about facts.
That when men go through things, it makes them create more. You know what I'm saying? More sperm. So you know what I mean. So it's a good I never forget the song. I know y'all familiar with UGK. Pimp C had a line. He said, "Yo, I'm deep in these streets. I'm trying to fill my nuts, and later on, I'm gonna try to eat it on her butt."
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But his delivery was crazy, but it really means something. Like he's saying, like, I've been in these streets all day, and this happened, that happened, whatever.
No idea.
So when I get home, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go because of all of this stuff that happened. That's a fact.
Listen, if you working a good job and you outside or running the streets, you in the corporate running the world, you deserve all of the sperm you done worked up, and I want to help you with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there is some truth to that. So that's why I say like in the morning, and then at night or whatever. Heck
yeah. Okay. 2 times, morning and night. I mean,
my kid, what you looking for? What you doing?
I'm a morning kind of gal. I like the mornings.
Okay.
Because I get up early. It's still dark outside, so it probably still feels like nighttime. I like the mornings, and at nighttime you got to catch me kind of early. I told people last week, you cannot roll up on my kid at 11 and think we're about to have a marathon.
Yeah, my wife is the same way. My wife goes to bed wild early.
I'm be sleep. Now you want to have a good show? Pull up on me around 9. 9 is a good out. 9:30, maybe even 10. But if you go a little too much past 10, media, it's just a wrap. You're going to have to keep me wide awake. I'm not sure what we're going to do. We're going to have to run around. We're going to have to, I don't know. I don't know. We're going to have to chase each other around the house like Caucasians.
You need to block this dude right here. He's just on your
I see this nut, but I don't even know how to. Okay, I got it. Hold on, I got it.
Get him out of here.
I got it. All right, 10-4.
You done went from trying to bless us to now you solicit.
This fool said, I should have. I blocked. So media, slide on your side.
See, pretty, that turn to the side, that be that move.
Yeah,
that hip up.
I hadn't done it in a while, and I actually pulled that out the other morning. That was delightful.
That's the one. Girl, you ain't got to do much.
A nice little hop in my step for the rest of the day.
You don't even have to do much. Just turn over a little bit, girl. You can still have morning breath. Just turn over a little bit. Turn your head off the side of the bed. It's okay. We can still. I'm just saying, you can just turn off the side. I'm sorry if you are watching this. I'm so sorry. I warned you. I'm sorry. What's that? Hey, nigga. Listen, okay, 2 times. We like 2 times. So, how do you feel about dating? Now, traditionally is not the right word. In our community, it seems like a woman who dates, because we don't understand what dating means, really. We get booed up too quick. We think date means be with one person and give them your life. But when you date multiple people. Dating means you're exploring, you're taking dates with different people.
Yeah.
How do you feel about dating? Does that make sis a hoe? A garden tool?
What, just dating? You mean just going out on a date?
If she's dating, yeah, she's dating. So you meet a chick. We'll go back 10 years. You meet a chick, y'all out, and she's, yeah, I would love to date you. Yeah, so are you seeing anybody? Well, I'm dating. Yeah, I'm dating a couple of guys. How's that sit with you? You okay with that?
No, that sounds like a good old fashioned competition to me.
Right.
And I'm competitive, so really that's gonna make most dudes go harder.
Media, do we have it all wrong? Have we had it all wrong?
Different. That's the thing. Like that's what I'm saying. When you say the word dating, some people take that different. Some people.
That doesn't mean smashing.
You having sex with more than one person.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now that right there, I'm not interested in that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though obviously you ain't gonna be no virgin. Men in general, we very territorial. Like we don't want nobody. You ever try putting some food in your dog's bowl and then taking the bowl from them after you put the food in there? You probably lose a hand.
Yep.
We're territorial. It's like no, that's mine. You know what I'm saying?
Fellas, how do y'all feel about dating? I want to hear from you gentlemen. How do y'all feel about dating? Because it sounds...
I've never owned it. If I met a guy and I was interested in him and I was dating someone else at the same time, I don't know that I would own that. Because to your point, the average man doesn't hear the way that I'm saying it.
You say dating, it's like...
Sometimes it can put you in a position to feel like you got to explain yourself. And I'm a grown-ass woman. I ain't explaining shit. Right?
Yeah.
I explain what I feel comfortable explaining at a certain point when I'm just getting to know you. And I think if you divulge too much, which is the fact that there's competition, I think a man should sometimes feel his competition and not really see it. I think if he sees his competition, right, then it changes his image of you. So there's a way to make a man feel his competition without him seeing it.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That's good. That's good. I mean...
And the traditional meaning of the word dating, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that when you say it now, it means something different to people.
Yeah, we don't understand because we've taken date to mean we together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I would just stay away from the phrase altogether. If you're going to explain what it is, then you should just explain what it is in detail.
Or don't talk about it.
Or at all. That's why I said if you're going to. You know what I'm saying?
Media says don't talk about it at all.
We went to go get some coffee the other day, or we did this. Like, say exactly what it is. Don't say we're dating because...
But I struggle with believing that y'all are really okay with that, Jigs. Like, I hear you.
Okay with what, though?
But I feel like if I'm dating a brother and I said, I just got back from coffee with John...
It depends on what you're doing with Mike. If you date Mike and you tell Mike you just got back from coffee with John, Mike is only gonna feel a certain type of way based on whatever your relationship is. If you screwing Mike too, you giving John some ass too.
Okay, that's good.
And he understands that he is still in a probationary period. Then you going to have coffee with so and so doesn't mean anything. But if you ever gave him some, or you told him, even if y'all had like a real nice passionate kiss, that'd be enough for a nigga to be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm not saying y'all in general, but like some females, if you got your hand out right away, the nigga definitely ain't gonna be trying to hear about nobody at no coffee shop or nothing.
You're right about that. Todd said, why would you even tell him though? Why are you even?
Yeah, no, that's a fact. But then you run the risk. I mean, with social media, you run the risk of him maybe seeing something and then ruin a situation that maybe you.
Not if you ain't posted nobody. Just don't post nobody.
Monica.
Yeah, somebody might post you or he could, it's a small world. You know what I'm saying? Nigga might be in the gym with that dude and he'd be like, yo, I just went and hung out with Serenity the other night.
No, you're absolutely right. You know why you're so right? Because men pillow talk a whole lot more than we do.
No, I
Something
wouldn't
got
say
back
more.
to-
I don't say more, but I say just as much
I wouldn't
as.
say more, but it definitely happens. But it's also like who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not gonna like if I'm just playing ball with some dude, like if I'm in the gym working out and some dude is next to me, I'm not just gonna start telling him about this hot date I had last night.
Right.
But if I'm on the phone with somebody I call my brother, then yeah, I'm gonna talk to him about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's not, I'm not gonna be like in the barbershop getting the edge up, like, yo, I went on this date last night. Nah.
Y'all not just talking to the homies like that. Ooh, she was nice.
Nah.
She had on a pink dress.
Because you don't want, because like because I know how niggas are. So like if I go into detail about, yo, she did this, she did that, and then you might walk in the barbershop one day to come see me or something, or you walk in now, everybody looking like, oh yeah, I know she know how to
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, nah.
Same reason we don't post our
Monica
men.
made a good point. Monica said that people don't typically separate exclusivity when they're dating. And I think that's important to do because for me, and probably you too, my kid, we've had titles, right? She's been married, I'm fianced. When you get to a certain space, you just want a nigga to be who he say he is. I don't need you to be anything other than the person that you presented yourself to be. I don't need you to be my boyfriend. I'm too old for somebody to be calling themselves my boyfriend, right? That's not important, but I think there is a moment where you should have a conversation that says, you know, if we're being this intimate and we're being this type of intimate, by no means I ever walk up and catch you out here feeding another hoe.
Cause listen, both of y'all is gonna be your last meal.
Not for real.
Both of y'all, it's gonna be the last meal y'all have.
Not for real.
Play with me if you want to.
If I pull up and see you feeding somebody else,
play with me if you want to.
I hope you enjoyed that meal.
Play with me if you want to.
I hope it hit.
It should be nah.
Cause I'm gonna hit you.
I feel like you get a lot further whether you're a male or a female. You get a lot further just by being upfront. You know what I'm saying?
Which is why I'm okay with sharing that you're dating.
What you consider, like, you know, the famous question for women: what are we? Right?
Oh, I don't ask that question. You better show me what we are. I better feel what we are. If I gotta ask what we are, then it's probably time for me to go about my business.
Well, media, you know, I've asked the question, what are we doing? So, you know, my favorite question is, what are we doing? You know, my favorite question is, but what are we doing? And that's also a problem because, to your point, if I have to ask you, ask you, it's a problem.
No, that's a good point. We both reading your comment tag. She said if you haven't asked her to be exclusive or in a monogamous relationship, that she's outside until.
And I think that
otherwise.
and I think that any real man would. Like, I'm gonna tell you about it. Like, I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason for me to bite my tongue. Like, if I feel a certain way about you, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know that. You know what I'm saying? So that it's
because you don't want nobody else to come and take what you want.
Exactly. Like, nah, this one is already claimed player. This one is over here. You know what I'm saying? Have fun though. Have fun.
And to your point, if they not doing that, they not really for you, sis.
Yeah.
And to your point,
I think any, you know what I'm saying? And this is coming from somebody, because from like I told you, I live, you know what I'm saying? I haven't always done the right thing by women in my life. I haven't always, but when I met the right woman, all of that shit was just like, I don't know. And I truly believe that every man out here that people say is a piece of shit, there's a woman out there that can fix that.
That's good.
It's just not you. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? It's just not you. You know what I mean? I've seen niggas, the worst of niggas. You know what I'm saying? Meet the right woman and be like, yo, you know what, bro? I get it now. I get why. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why? You know what I mean? So I think it just like there's a match. Everybody has a match. You know what I'm saying? When a nigga meets his match, a lot of the bullshit goes out of the window.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've seen some people calm down, you know, once we were in a relationship, you know, so it does change a little bit. I like that. Yeah. So guys, we've got a taboo question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh. This is how we end our show, Jigs.
Okay.
Goodness gracious. Oh God. Okay, before we go to the taboo, we did not jump into tonight's conversations, and we love Ace Metaphor. So I'm gonna give us one tonight's conversation question because this taboo is a bit much for me, so I wasn't really ready to go into it. All right, an engaged couple breaks up for 2 weeks, and then they reconcile. Jigs, if you and your wife don't have these questions, they're hella dope. Okay, relationship debates.
Okay.
Tonight's conversations. This is the couples deck. The couples deck has different types of questions. Relationship debates are super fun. But an engaged couple breaks up for 2 weeks, but they quickly reconcile. Just before the wedding, the man finds out that he got another woman pregnant during the break.
You
Media.
couldn't have wore a condom.
Media, what happens next?
You couldn't have wore a condom.
What happens next?
What happens next is you couldn't have wore a condom. You out here having raw sex. If we got back together in 2 weeks, then we didn't really break up, did we? So cut the shit. Technically, you cheated on me and went and got somebody pregnant. Raw sex.
So we not get married?
He didn't. He didn't cheat. He didn't cheat. But he made
2
a
weeks
bad,
ain't a breakup, y'all. 2 weeks
bad.
ain't a breakup.
If y'all broke up and said y'all was over, Media.
In 2022, that didn't. You know how much can happen in 2 weeks now? The world moves in.
Okay, then let me ask you. Let me twist it around like this, since you're so understanding. What if in those 2 weeks she finds out she's pregnant? Now, how you feeling about it being 2022?
So yeah, I mean, obviously it's over. But this is the thing. This is the thing though. See, like a woman would be the type to be like, it's over. I don't be doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like as a man, I just don't do that. Like I'm just gonna, like if she's upset, I'm just gonna not say nothing while she, you know what I'm saying? Until she, I'm not gonna be like, yo, you know what? It's a wrap. That's not.
Y'all just ghost us. No, y'all just ghost us.
You know, women they're emotional people. So if you make them feel a certain way, they're gonna go off. They're gonna go with that. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna tell you how they feel. You know what I'm saying? Men could be emotional too, but it's not to the point where I'm like, yo, I never, like I'm married, so it's like, it's never to the point where I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm just about to throw everything out the window.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Risk it all.
I mean, that's be a very unfortunate situation. You know what I'm saying? As a man, I know damn well, I know myself. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that with somebody else's kid. They
thought it was over. They thought it was over. They were trying to get on with their life.
You not because, and you know, I'm about to open up a whole other can of worms. But with a woman, it's like, nah, man, you let the nigga inside of you. Nah, it's different.
It's different.
It's different. It's different.
I want to go on record for saying that what upsets women when a man steps out and gets another woman pregnant first is the realization that you gave another woman some wrong. It's not the realization that you stepped out. It's the fact that you gave her an experience that you were giving me, right? So it's not different. It's not no different.
Like you didn't even think enough. You didn't even think enough to wrap it up. You didn't even think enough about my health to wrap it up. You didn't
be honest with you. No one has ever actually been in a relationship with media and been able to go 2 weeks without talking to me. Like that's. Are we talking?
And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. Like it's gotta be. And that's what I'm saying. It's gotta be something else, because how are y'all even able to like be apart and not speak to each other, not know what's going on for that long, and 2 weeks before that you was about to get married for the rest of your life. They on
your neck, Jigs.
It's not the same thing. I'm sorry, it's not the same thing.
Jigs, they on your neck.
You actually open up your body and let somebody come inside you.
How are you not hearing me, sir?
It's the same.
A woman's job is to take that one thing that a man gives her and multiply it. And if you go and you have unprotected sex with another woman that women were put on this earth to do, you've given her the ultimate validation, and all you have to do is wear a condom.
And if you haven't given sis a baby yet,
it really not, and you're absolutely right. That's really all you have to do. But I'm not even saying as far as like having a child. I'm just saying because like this is the thing. We know as men that 9 times out of 10, if a woman gives a man some vagina, it's not just I want to fuck this nigga. I like this nigga. I see something in this nigga. He makes me feel safe. He makes me feel safe. He makes me feel safe. He makes me. And I'm here to tell you that when men do that, it's not the same thing. We don't give a fuck. She could be illiterate. She could be whatever. It's just what I need right now at this moment.
That's fine. You can need it all you want.
And I never want to be. And I never want to. And most men have no problem doing that one time and never ever seeing you again or even hearing your name again.
Listen, this is important.
Most women aren't built like that.
This is important.
When men say that it's not the same thing, we're saying because we know that you have some type of emotional connection to this person, and that's not the way men operate.
This is a very important point. Now, it is hard to process.
So to everybody in the comments, it's not the same.
It's hard to process, but it's real talk. It is hard to process, but it is real talk. Women are from Mars, men are from Venus. Whatever the book is, we are different. We're very different.
And that's why.
But respect isn't different. Respect isn't different.
Now, I'm not saying it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but I am saying that men look at sex differently. It's a means to an end. It's a cat scratching his back against the daggone.
It's like going to buy a new pair of sneakers, literally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless you're with that woman, you're married to that woman or whatever, then there may be a little bit more of an emotional attachment. But if it's some random.
Yeah. And I don't think it's always. I don't think it's always that way. But I can.
$20 bill on the ground. That's it.
My husband said men and women are different, so it's not the same. Monica, your husband is in there as well. I mean, I've heard this from many men, many conferences I've sat through that they've talked about the difference and how we just see things differently. So I think there's something to that for sure, which is why so many men step outside and do things outside a relationship.
Don't put a condom on. We sitting here trying to overflow.
Now,
No.
I wasn't talking about the condom. I wasn't talking about the condom. I was talking about the sex. The condom is still, that's just a level of respect, period. I was talking about the sex because they do see sex differently than we do. That's a fact.
It's totally different.
But the respect.
9 times out of 10, if your woman slept with another guy, she had her head on that nigga's chest, right? She had her head laying on that nigga's chest. She was embraced in his arms.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a totally different thing. The nigga might not even touch her and have sex with her. You understand what I'm saying? The nigga might not even have a conversation with 10 words with a woman and not have and have sex with her.
I mean,
it's totally different. That you're gonna have a connection to that man for the rest of your life. I'm quite sure both of y'all remember every single nigga I ever had sex with. Ask me if I remember.
Do you remember, Jigs?
No.
So, having said that, taboo topic, very timely. Do you prefer a condom or do you prefer it raw? Very.
Well, I prefer, in my relationship, I prefer to have unprotected sex. I don't want to be protected from anything when I'm with him. I trust him, okay? I want to feel safe in every way. I think that's why I'm so anxious about our last topic because I prefer it that way, right? I mean, don't you bring me no condom dick. What is that?
Yeah,
I can't. Over here.
Nah,
don't do it.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. I mean, it's probably shit. It's been a minute since I used one of those. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Condom. I wonder how condom sales are doing.
Last time I seen one, I was showing my son how to use one.
I wonder how condom sales are doing. I'm just curious. How are the condom sales doing? I tell you what, if I ever get in that position, God forbid, and bring me a baby, he gonna find out just how the playing field is. I know that's right. He will lose his best thing ever expeditiously.
And with all honesty, if a nigga does that, he deserves to lose that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I agree with that. I believe in being a man and taking your consequences on the chin like a man. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if you do something like that and she walks out on you, she got every right to do that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I know I wouldn't be able to handle I wouldn't be able to handle that.
Now that's real talk.
That's real. That's fair.
Guys, by the way, we are all born
You
naked.
can come back on here anytime, good sir. I have enjoyed your conversation so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I enjoy you guys too, man.
Thank you.
Media, I don't know about you, but I was born naked. I'm not sure if you were, but I was born naked, and I'm so glad to have these super cute Born Naked fits from our official sponsor, Born Naked Apparel. Tammy, we appreciate you so much. We
Thank
love our
you.
pieces. Love the 3/4 sleeve. Can't wait to get more. They're new covers, y'all. Y'all stick in and stay tuned next week for some new colors from this Born Naked line. And if you want to have your work, your company, your apparel sponsored on the show, hit J Prag, hit us up in the DMs. We'd be happy to help you with that. If you know someone who you think should be on the show, be featured on the show, we would love to do that as well. This was a pretty darn good conversation. I don't even think we got in trouble with Mrs. Jigs. I think we had.
Okay, yeah.
I think so too. I was nervous.
You good?
I was nervous, but I think we did good. Mrs. Jigs, we were good. Thank you so much for letting him come on the show tonight. Monopoly family, we cannot wait to see you. We still gonna cut up on Friday, so for those who come on out. We're gonna change things up a little bit, but we still gonna have a little bit of a party this weekend. Tonight though, Miss Media is hosting over at Paparazzi. Tonight.
I'm getting ready to go change and go pop out down at the paparazzi. I mean, I gotta check my phone and make sure that it's okay. Make sure I didn't get a text. But that's my plan. So if you're popping out tonight, pull up on your girl at paparazzi. I'll probably get there around 11:15ish.
Come to Paparazzi this Friday. Pull up to Starlight. And on Sunday, come on out to the War Mag, 1226 Central Avenue. We've got Soulful Sundays. Live band is going down. If you got spoken word, we want to hear you. There was this sister the other night that was so damn fierce. The men were taking their panties off. I mean, they were taking their drawers off. No, for real. Like, the men were back there like, what she say? Say that again. I've never heard a man be so involved in spoken word. These grown men was back there like, let me take my drawers off. They were so engulfed in the conversation. So I'm looking forward to Soulful Sundays. So much going on. And Media, I'm going to get my act together and I'm one way. I'll see you real soon.
Girl, pull up.
All right, boo. Thank you, Jigs. Y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Have a good night, Joe.
Peace out, y'all. Thanks, Prag. Share.